Welcome to the Dr. B Show, sponsored by 111 Spa and Aesthetics. For Season 1, I'm speaking with Hispanic professionals and leaders in HR and business, all with the purpose of giving back to our communities. Enjoy today's episode. Hi, Dr. B, Dr. Jairo Borja, and welcome to another edition of the Dr. B Show. This week, I have the honor of having my great friend, Dr. Melissa Baralt, from one Dr. B to the other. As I mentioned during the episode, she's great. She's a president of Better Be Than Me. She's a president of Secaucus, a professor at Berkeley College, and she's also on the education committee and a fellow Prosponica committee member. So I'm excited to have Dr. Melissa Baralt here on the Dr. B Show. Enjoy the ride. And don't forget, guys, if you're interested in becoming a networking guru and understanding how to lead gen, how to prospect, how to fill that top of the funnel, please check out Transforming Your Way to Success, the course that was just released on September 22nd, and I become a networking guru. Take care. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Dr. B Show. I'm your host, Dr. B, Dr. Jairo Borja, speaking to another Dr. B, Dr. Melissa Baralt. How are you?
Hola.
How you doing?
Hey, everyone.
It's a
coincidence. It's a coincidence that you say Dr. B because, everybody knows the organization that I formed, the company that I formed is Be Better Than Me. So because my name means honeybee, right, Melissa? Yeah. And my last name is B, so I'm like B. So the bees follow me. Here we go.
There you go. Here we go. I'm then following you now.
Yeah.
So thank you for being on my show today. So let's get right to it. So how'd you get into the sciences?
So, it's a great question, and especially now in the day and age with STEM and so many things with trying to promote the minorities in the sciences. So originally, I wanted to be a medical doctor. I was like, I'm going to go to med school, and I'm going to do what I have to do. But chance, opportunity, and great mentorship is what really got me, to look at the sciences as a possible option, as a viable option for careers and for just for the benefication of myself. Yeah. So originally I went to Montclair State University, big up to the Red Hawks, right? I went up to Montclair State University and I did a biology major with a minor in chemistry. And I knew that I wanted to be something in biology. I just didn't know what. And it seems like a lot of students, and I'm noticing the same trend, and I know that people who work with younger students will say the same thing. A lot of students either commit to medical school, dental school, or like ophthalmology school or PA. But I didn't want to do that. I knew I wanted to stay in the sciences, but I didn't want to do that. So that's when I found out about research, and I was able to, form part of a scholarship program that got me through. And that's how I ended up in the sciences.
Nice. Great point. How do us Latinos go from the bench to the classroom, or students in general from the bench to the classroom?
Another great question. And I want to say that, it's very imperative that we focus on facts. And when I tell people what the facts are, they're always like appalled at the fact that in the United States, Latino population, we're about 300 million people in the United States, right, let's say. And out of that, probably 56 million or something, an estimated 56 million are Latinos. And out of that 56 million, 1 to less than 2% actually get advanced degrees in the sciences, which is why there's such a strong push for the STEMs and for people to be interested in STEM, technology, engineering, and math. Yeah. And I just really think it's important that we promote not just, get your high school degree, not just, get your bachelor's. No, go all the way, become a doctor, get your PhD in the medical sciences, because we need more faces like us on the boards of these tables, on making decisions for the rest of the people that are coming up, because that's what it's about, right? Handing down our legacy, as such. So I think it's important. I mean, and it's really interesting because a lot of times the Latinos, we get discouraged because unfortunately we have other things at home. Some of us have to work while we're in school, or we have, other needs that really don't manifest themselves in other, populations. But for us, we have to help mom. We have an aging grandma at home. I mean, it happens on and on. Yeah. And it's important to keep this mentorship facade, this thing that we need strong mentorship. And what better mentor than, us, you, Dr. B,
Yeah.
once you're up and at it,
Yeah.
be a mentor and be a support system for so many young people that are coming up on the line.
Great point. Great point. Great point. When I did my doctor, it was about scholars standing on other scholars' shoulders. It kind of reminds you of that saying.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah. How do you know that you found a niche or tomato niche or niche?
So, I started at Berkeley College, and then I ended up coming back to the original school that inspired me, which is Montclair State University. It was sort of like a give back. And I decided to go back to Montclair State University to do for those students what someone did for me over there.
Mm-hmm.
And so I realized that the more I did, the class was called Senior Seminar in Biology. And I prepped students to go from their bachelor's to their master's, to their doctorates, to their dentists, to their, odontology, to their ophthalmology degrees. And I noticed the more I did that, the more students started to kind of flock and ask questions. And I noticed the questions were all the same. How do I do it? What kind of package do I need to prepare? How do I do a personal statement? What is the importance of a resume? How do I interview? The same kind of remnant questions. And I figured that, wow, there's a missing link to keep these students in school and to keep them motivated so that they do finish their programs and do what they have to do afterwards. There has to be some sort of like a preparatory kind of feel, a person that helps people get their packages ready. Yeah. So that's why I always tell people, I'm like UPS. I package you and I send you out.
Right.
And so we don't really think about that. We think it's easy to say, I just want to do med school. I'll just go to med school. And it's like, it's not easy. It literally takes a year and a half to get ready and prepare the paperwork. But us done it already and have failure, we learn lessons. Everything is a lesson learned.
Yeah,
so just to get back and find that group of kids that's coming up, this new generation, not all of them are technological and, into gaming. Some of them want to still be doctors, and some of them still want to stay in sciences, and some of them want to do research, and some of them want to do, qualitative analysis. Yep. And we have to sharpen them and keep them interested in those fields. There's so many little of us that are actually doing that.
No, great points. Great points. So when you work with students, what's your biggest focus?
So my biggest focus is inner. I always tell them, if you don't work on the inner, you'll never manifest greatness on the outer. So I, try to make them find their strengths. What are your strengths? What is your resilience? What is your factor 5? What is the thing that makes you you? Because everyone is unique to something. We can't all be good at everything, and we can't all be good at the same thing. Yeah. So everyone has something that, complements their learning capacity, that complements their rigor and what they want to do. And it's all about lifestyles. So I really sit with students and analyze, what kind of lifestyle do you want to live before I even start to work with a person? Right. What kind of lifestyle do you want to live? How do you want to wake up in the morning, and how do you want to feel about what it is you're doing? Right. And if the answer is, I'm an intense person, I like rigor, and I like waking up in the morning, and I like, neurosurgeon is kind of along the field of, rigor and intensity, right? If the answer is, hey, I like to be laid back, I really enjoy, speaking to different people, and I really have a connection with people once I speak to them. Or you might want to look at, the possibility of being, into sales, pharmaceutical sales, or being a person that controls experiments, because even that is a field that no one even knows about. I think the main problem with helping people is that a lot of people don't know what they're looking for, and that's the problem.
Got it. How do you motivate students to find their path? Can you hear me?
Yes.
How do you motivate students to find their path?
And that's a great question. And it's a mixture of, having family by their side and having faith, faith in the fact that there are things bigger than us that can help us. If we have faith, I don't know whether it's God, whether it's Allah, whether it's Buddha, whatever, but to have that principle of faith and family together, that's what really helps, grow and cultivate an individual. Because once you work on the inner and you have the inner figured out, the outer, I'm not saying it'll come easy, but the outer will be manifested better because you're so sure of the path you want to take. And so I believe in, family lighting the torch.
Right.
So, maybe it's, and I always say this to people, I have all these years of schooling, and my best lessons came from my grandmother, who didn't even, never even stepped inside of school. So, you can always learn from people that are doing it, that have the experience and have the good faith to help out, and that's how I teach people, always have a teaching moment, always learn out of every moment, take something out of every moment,
Yep. Yeah, no,
it's important.
I agree. Hi, Dr. B here. Are you struggling to get rid of stubborn fat but don't want to have plastic surgery? 111 Spa and Aesthetics non-invasive slimming massage can help you get the body you always wanted. 111 Spa and Aesthetics can also help you when it comes to cellulite treatments and body contouring massage. 111 Spa and Aesthetics offers a full range of skincare services, including facials, acne, scar treatments, skin tightening, microdermabrasion, and more. 111 Spa and Aesthetics are trained professionals with extensive skincare experience and utilize only the best equipment possible. For more information, please visit their website at www.111aesthetics.com. That's 1-ONE-11 ELEVEN, SpaAesthetics.com, located at 10 East Moonachie Road in Hackensack, New Jersey, 07601. And to make an appointment, don't miss out, 201-520-1777, 201-520-1777, 111 Spa and Aesthetics. Tell me about Be Better Than Me. Tell me about that.
So once I started helping students, I said, okay, so now I have to devise a plan, because what's happening is I was starting to get a bunch of students just, help me get into school, help me, how do I get a better job? How do I get a promotion? How do I get, how do I market myself and brand myself better? How do I do this? And I said, I have to kind of think of strategy and plan, and I have to really put it in place so that when I work with people, I just go automatically, generically down the list, and then it's a natural flow, and I can help people and help myself while I'm helping them. Because the trick is, if I help you become a doctor, and then I'm looking for help for one of the new people coming up, and I already have a connect for a student to shadow a doctor,
right.
And so it's all about giving back. In Spanish, bless you, honey. In Spanish, we say, manos que dan reciben, and it's so true. We really need to learn to give back and not be so interested in taking, rather give back, because once you show someone a grain of empathy and you're able to help and understand and place yourself in their shoes, they remember that, and you can think about it yourself. You remember people that helped you along the way.
Absolutely.
Never forget these people.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I'm still in touch with them today.
They reach out to you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And if they reach out to you and say, hey, Dr. B, I need I'm doing a campaign for a young woman that wants to travel to Argentina to become a doctor. Will you pitch in? I'm sure you'll pitch in.
Absolutely.
It's just that spirit of, you gave me and I want to help you. And that's, right. I try to keep that alive as best possible.
Absolutely. You kind of touched on this a few minutes ago, but I just want to hear it again. Why to get Latinos educated?
And I touched it. It's like in the sciences, less than 1%. In engineering, we're getting up there. In mathematics, it's even lower. We have to really push not only just the minimal, but just all the way, the optimal. Get it done, and really help people that have obstacles, overcome the obstacles, and really maintain focus in what they need to be focused on. Maintain focus in wanting to do better for our families, for our community. Because now, you have a person that, sat in the city, got educated in that city, and now they're giving back to that city. They're living in that city. So much like myself, who, I grew up in New York, but I live in Patterson. And now, I live in Patterson, and I've been able to help this community as best I can. So I serve as chair on the board of the Alcohol Beverage Commission for the city of Patterson. And I think that's, that is how I leave behind a legacy for my children, that I'm making, the community better by doing the work. It's got to be done. I mean, it's not easy. And if it were easy, guess what? Everybody would do it. Not everybody's going to do it.
Right.
So we are just committed to, and I always tell students, you want to know how to be better? Go to your local community chapter and find out what needs to get done. There's stuff in every community that everyone can participate in and can do. And you can start small. Maybe there's a nonprofit that has a small endeavor that you can join causes with. So I'll give you an example. I have in Patterson a nonprofit sisterhood. Her name is Melanie Holmes, and she has a nonprofit called Fly Women's Network, right? And I help her out with her endeavors. And what she does is she helps women who are, coming out of prison, and she helps them find resources so that they don't become repeat offenders, so that it's to reduce recidivism rates in inner city youth. And I've been able to help her something simple like, hey, we need toiletries for the women that are coming out of jail. And I was able to do a toiletry drive, and help her, just help these women. So there's always something to do in the community, and there's always something to keep us enthralled and motivated and just, informed and engaged as best we can, to keep it going and pay it forward.
Absolutely. So on top of getting involved with the community, do you think a bachelor's degree is enough?
I don't think it's enough. I think it's good. And let me correct myself, because that doesn't mean that only people with bachelors can do things. That's not what I'm saying.
Right.
I'm saying that we need to push this also. We need to push, that people can go to trade school, people can be good at their fields, but never leave education behind, because it seems like, the main component is, can you get a job? Can you work? Are you work ready? And that shouldn't be the only component. You can have a plan to be this ultimate, person, that's educated. You have all the components. You're a credentialed, and you're a certified, professional in your own right. Whether that's a doctor, whether that's a welder, hey, you're the best welder there is. Whether that's, a mechanic person, whatever it is, to kind of keep that motivation. And even if you're in trade school, guess what? You keep learning, you keep getting certifications, you keep going. Even if you have a bachelor's, you keep going, you move, you motivate and you keep going. You motivate and you keep going. You have to keep it moving for the next generation above. Remember, kids will never remember what you said, but they'll remember what you did. And that goes for everything.
No, agreed. So, Absolutely. Great point. Big question. How do we begin to manifest professional Latinos? For example, like organizations like Prospanica, where we help Hispanics with scholarships and make that connection, connecting with Fortune 500.
Get out of my mouth. So we have an organization that's wonderful, like Prospanica. We have things that are available for Latinos who are interested in connecting with like-minded individuals, right? That can come together and be one for the purpose of, succession, for the purpose of solidarity, for the purpose of, we're all in this together. We as a community have been taught about the importance of family and the importance of, having congregation and being part of a community. And I think we need to start really connecting ourselves to people that are like-minded, to people that, that are committed to excellence, to people that are committed to success of themselves and their children, because it goes generational, right? It's that much bigger. And Prospanica is one of those organizations that does that. You pay a membership, and as a student, you get so much more out of a membership than a regular member. And as a member, now you become we have the possibility of you becoming a mentor to the ones that are coming in. And that makes it so much better, because it's like you feel like you're not alone. You're not in a silo by yourself. We're out here trying to make a committed effort, a concerted effort to really go out there. Another organization I want to shout out is any mentor organization, which is America Needs You. So for anyone listening, Any is fantastic. I just joined as a mentor coach, and it's a mentoring organization where you can mentor students that are juniors and seniors, and you can give them feedback and on a one-to-one basis. But the great thing about that organization is they actually train you as a mentor how to be a better mentor, and they actually give you the facilities and the tools that you need to be a better mentor, so that you can get a good 2-year experience working one-on-one with a student. And I think that's valuable. You know, most of us wouldn't have made it here if it wasn't for great mentorship or people that helped us along the way.
Agreed. Last question. Where can people find you to hire you?
Oh, no problem. And that's a good one, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm actually, you can find me on Facebook, Dr. Melissa Baralt. You tag me on everything, so that's cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Find me on Gyro stuff. We're trending. And you can find me on LinkedIn, Dr. Melissa Baralt. And you'll see me there with, my little pink blazer. Hello. And you can find me on social media as well, Facebook, under Be Better Than Me, LLC. And that's B like a bee, like a bumblebee. BE. And on Instagram, I'm also involved. I also formed a nonprofit for women too, called She Caucus. And I'm pretty active on there too. So that's another thing that I do. So just keep moving, keep motivating, and just keep positive, because you never know if the energy you give to someone is everything they have that day. So just keep moving.
Yep. All right, Dr. B, from one Dr. B to the other. Appreciate your time.
A otro nivel. Siempre.
Exactly. That's right.
Nivel.
All right. Take care, everybody. Thank you.
God bless.
Take care. Thank you for listening to the Dr. B Show, sponsored by 111 Spa and Aesthetics. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe and rate the show on your favorite platform.